Hello YouTube! Today I want to show you this SpongeBob SquarePants vinyl figure. This SpongeBob SquarePants vinyl collectible figure stands at around 3 inches tall. It's nicely detailed, with a good facial expression of the famous Sponge. From Vinyl Collectibles from Nickelodeon SpongeBob SquarePants. Nothing compares to the smell of cheap plastic novelty items. And here you can see the various characters you can get. So there you have SpongeBob, who does indeed look like SpongeBob SquarePants, with his SpongeBob SquarePants shorts and other attire. His facial expression, looks like SpongeBob SquarePants. Can't deny that. Moving on to Plankton, who doesn't really look like Plankton. A little odd. I mean, I don't know. Plankton doesn't even have trousers, and there seems to be trousers on this model. The facial expression is very much Plankton, but of course the shape, as it is square, and indeed this is the case with all the figurines in this collection, they are all square, and there is only one SpongeBob SquarePants. So I feel that, as a whole, the characters who aren't SpongeBob SquarePants, they don't look as good. Facially, though, it does look like Plankton, as I was able to tell who it was from the picture. Then we have Patrick, who of course is a starfish, but here he is a square. The facial expression is almost lost, perhaps due to the fact that he is so far from the starfish triangle that he is in the show, and here he is as a square. So it does look kind of odd. We then have Gary, who, of course, I mean, that looks odd. I don't know what the red arms are for, but again, there seems to be some sort of belt on Gary. It just looks kind of odd, really. But we do have Gary's eyes there. Squidward looks very annoyed and peeved that he is in the shape of a square. It's like he's been sucked into a vacuum. But the nice detailing on the feet area with his tentacles, I suppose. His expression, I mean, you know, it is kind of lost the overall appearance of looking like Squidward. But, you know, I could tell that it is Squidward. Then we have Mr. Krabs, who looks, I don't know, strange. I mean, it doesn't really look like Mr. Krabs, because Mr. Krabs is very circular. So I'm not too sure about this one. And moving on to Sandy, of course in the show Sandy has the astronaut suit, and she is, I suppose, sporting that in this figurine, but of course the helmet is square. So again, it is a little odd, but the outfit is very much Sandy, and of course the face is Sandy, because the face, unlike the rest, is not put into a square shape, other than her helmet. That is all the figurines. And then there's text that reads, "Great Barrier Reef. You now hold in your hand one of a limited number of Bikini Bottom vinyl collectible figures. It's part of a swell collection featuring some of the Deep's most popular Denzians. You can bring them all to your pineapple and have more fun than double overtime at the Krusty Krab. 7 designs available." He does have a range of articulation in his arms. His arms go up and down, and he is well detailed. There he is from the back, with his sort of sponge-like skin. And he does have a protruding nose as well. So that is, of course, very SpongeBob-like. He came with a little card saying, "Vinyl Collectibles, SpongeBob SquarePants, the chalkboard, it's a ladle that helps us drink from the fountain of knowledge." I think that's probably a reference from the Krusty Krab. It then says on the back, "You don't say. He's just a talking sponge is all, optimistic, hard-working, and, in his own words, a little bit naive. I love my job." Actually, I should do a SpongeBob impression here. "A little bit naive. I love my job at the Krusty Krab. I sleep with my shoes on. I like jelly on both sides of my toast. I've got an overdue library book. I think jellyfishing and bubble blowing are the sea bee's knees. Ha!" There we go, that was my SpongeBob impression. Thanks for watching this video. If you're a fan of SpongeBob, and presumably you are because you clicked on this video, then why not in the comments below, leave who your favourite character from the show is. Until next time, goodbye.